This is Matthew Kratter's Bitcoin University. Today I want to answer the question, is the Bitcoin bull market over? We have this tweet from CZ waiting for the new headline, Bitcoin crashes from 101,000 to 85,000. Save the tweet. This is basically what's happened over the past few weeks. The interesting thing about this tweet, though, is it's dated December 17th. 2020. So it's very easy to foresee these things. When CZ did this tweet, Bitcoin was trading at approximately $23,000 per coin. This is how people think it's like to hodl the top panel. What it's actually like to hodl, it's much more difficult and painful. And lots of people think that if they had bought Bitcoin at $1 per coin, that they'd be billionaires now, but they wouldn't be. They would have taken profits or gotten shaken out years ago, like most people. And anyone who tells you that a Bitcoiner, quote unquote, got lucky really has no idea what they're talking about. And they probably only saying that because they're envious and want big daddy government to tax or confiscate other people's Bitcoin out of pure envy. Hodling Bitcoin is hard. You're stressed when it's crashing, and you're even more stressed, I find, when it's melting up because you don't have enough and you can always have more. The hodling journey is never easy, and cognitive biases make these things very difficult for humans. Everyone loved Bitcoin at 100K. No one likes it at 88K. It's really strange when you think about it that human animals are made this way. What you should be, the way you should be reacting is, of course, the way you react when other things are on sale. You try to buy as much of them as possible. I'm an idiot. I didn't buy it 108,000. And then when it crashes down to 90,000, I'm not buying that stuff. And then when it's at 1,000,000, I'm an idiot. I didn't know why. I don't know why I didn't buy more. This is from Carl Menger, this meme. I think it's a good one. The last few weeks, price action really is nothing if you're new to the space. I was still buying as much Bitcoin as I could back in 2021 when it was in the 60,000s. And then Bitcoin crashed down to something like 30,000, which was incredibly painful. But we got our hopes back up. It quickly recovered, made a new all-time high, somewhere around 69,000, before crashing down to nearly 15,000 in the most painful way possible. While I had a YouTube channel full of people who had trusted me and whom I had encouraged to buy Bitcoin all the way up into the 60,000s along with me, it was never investment advice, but people were trusting me. So I felt very responsible and even asked myself at times if I'd got something terribly wrong. I would say my second tour of duty, this second 4 years here, feels better this time. I'm pretty numb to the volatility, and nothing surprises me anymore. Diamond hands don't exist, but I think calloused hands do. And my hands, and probably your hands, are so calloused at this point from Bitcoin price volatility that they don't feel much. I was much more stressed a couple months ago when Bitcoin was at 108,000 and looking like it was going to melt up forever. I found that actually more painful than seeing it back down at 88,000. I don't have much dry powder left to buy this dip, unfortunately, because I'm pretty much all in already, as many of you probably are. And I've yoked my life, my finances, and this channel now to Bitcoin, so I simply cannot get this wrong. But I think I'm still right. I think we're all still right. Fortunately, nothing has changed with Bitcoin apart from some price volatility. Shitcoins, altcoins are dying left and right, and the world is finally beginning to understand how special and unique Bitcoin is. The Bitcoin network remains strong. Hash rate keeps growing, node count keeps growing. More and more people are coming to Bitcoin, even including now corporations and nation states. And we really should be amazed when we say those words. You can watch at Bitcoin Treasuries. You can see the list of all the entities holding Bitcoin, all the companies and all the governments as well. If we take a look at this latest report from river.com, we can see the node count has been rising for Bitcoin over the past few years. Total hash rate has been skyrocketing as well. And we're still very, very early from that same report and quoted by Tor here. Send this to people who think it's too late to buy Bitcoin. We're currently at approximately 3% global adoption for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin in 2025 is like online banking in 1996. It's like social media companies in 2005. And it's like the internet in 1990. And unlike the internet, where you cannot buy shares in TCP/IP or HTTP, or some protocol like this, with Bitcoin, you can actually purchase the underlying protocol asset, which makes it very, very special and still such a huge opportunity. If you're enjoying this video so far, I just ask you to help to support this channel's educational mission. Hit the subscribe button. That does really help with this channel's reach and engagement. Leave a like, leave a comment, question, suggestion for a future video, and share this video with a friend or family member. These slides that I've been quoting from, it's a really good river report, which I'll probably cover in a later video, but I'll put a link to this in the description notes below in case you want to check it out. You don't even have to provide an email. It is a free report about the current state of the Bitcoin network. A little reminder here from Carl Menger: 30% Bitcoin, 30% Bitcoin price corrections during bull markets are the rule and not the exception. Don't be a whiny, you know what, shut up and hodl. So here's a diagram with all the different drawdowns during various Bitcoin bull markets. And we can see right now we're down about 19.2% from the high. So we're really nowhere close to being down 30% yet. Could be more downside. This could be the bottom. No one really knows. But whatever you do, never listen to the washed up legacy media at times like this when you're worried about Bitcoin, because they usually just have two modes, which is that Bitcoin's a bubble when it's going up and Bitcoin is dead when it's going down. There's not a lot of signal in legacy media these days. Now, how to deal with Bitcoin's fiat price volatility. First thing, turn off the news, turn off the financial news. Stop checking the price every 5 minutes. This is supposedly a long-term investment, so why are you checking the price hourly or even daily or even weekly? It really doesn't make any sense. Some other things to do: go outside, go barefoot, get some sun on your skin, play with your kids, pet your dog, hug your spouse, have lunch with a friend, go for a jog on the beach or in the mountains. Remember, life is beautiful. If you're glued to your screen and suffering, this is really no way to live. Don't medicate yourself with alcohol or other things to try to get through things like this. That's really no way to live as well. If you're stressed out of your mind and not sleeping, that means you own too much Bitcoin relative to your knowledge level and your conviction level. And there's an old Wall Street saying, which I think is helpful: sell down to the sleeping point. That means exactly what it sounds like. Sell off enough Bitcoin until you can sleep at night. That goes for MicroStrategy as well, which a lot of people are under a lot of stress from because it's very much a leveraged version of Bitcoin. MicroStrategy will be fine, Bitcoin will be fine, but you won't be fine if you go for weeks without sleeping. So sell down to the sleeping point. Focus on learning about Bitcoin instead, rather than relying on other people's opinions. This is very, very important. You shouldn't be outsourcing your investment ideas to me or anyone else on the internet or in real life. You really need to study Bitcoin yourself. You need to understand it. You need to ask me and other people, and ask the AI, and ask Google, ask all these different sources about Bitcoin. Learn the terms, study it until you understand it and feel it in your bones. Otherwise, you'll never be able to survive the hodling journey. There's really no point hodling if you don't have conviction. If your conviction is dependent on someone else, then you really don't have your own conviction. It's going to be very difficult. You're going to have many sleepless nights. After you put in the proof of work of really studying Bitcoin, you can slowly begin to increase your holdings again through dollar cost averaging. Now, what if you own altcoins or shitcoins? What if you step in dog crap? Do you keep walking around your house or your yard with your dog crap shoes on because the crap might fall off or the price might recover? No, of course not. You take off those shoes as quickly as you can because you're a human being and it's dog crap that's on your shoes. You don't want to have anything to do with shitcoins or dog crap. I like BitPain's tweet here: how I achieve Zen. When Bitcoin goes up, I look at the Bitcoin chart and I smile. When Bitcoin goes down, I look at the ETH BTC chart and smile. This is perhaps not good karma, but I'm afraid I'm guilty of this myself, and we all have various coping tricks to make it through price sell-offs. Bitcoin's volatility is actually a great blessing because it keeps the tourists away, it flushes out the weak hands and transfers their BTC to stronger hands, which helps to strengthen the network as a whole. Bitcoin crashes, I've spoken about this in the past, I believe. They're like forest fires. They burn up the dry brush and they make the forest healthier. And Bitcoin price volatility, for that reason, is beneficial to the network. Is the Bitcoin bull market over? I honestly have no idea, and neither does anyone else. But one thing that I do believe for sure is that Bitcoin has no top in the medium to long term because fiat has no bottom. This is a hat tip to Max Kaiser here. Here's the US dollar, which is a melting ice cube. Why would you hodl this? It doesn't make any sense because other people can print it up for free while you have to work for it. That's a completely unfair system. Whereas this is Bitcoin, which has no top because fiat has no bottom. And it looks like CZ has done a new tweet that we'll be able to look back on in a couple years, waiting for the new headline: Bitcoin crashes from $1 million down to $985,000. Save the tweet, February 25th, 2025. And I have a feeling that we'll be revisiting this tweet sooner than many of you may believe at the moment. So for now, stay humble, stack sats, don't watch the price, get on with your life, and you'll definitely be glad that you did. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the subscribe and like buttons. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I publish my next video. And let me know your questions and comments in the comment section below. Thanks all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.